In this video, I will show you how to translate a small Word document in Memsource. This is the document that we are going to translate. It's in Finnish and we will translate it into English. Next up, we have some sample terminology available in the form of an Excel sheet. So there is one column for Finnish terms and another column for English terms. The middle column was added in order to take into account the fact that Finnish is an inflected language. And I found the instructions on the wiki of Memsource, where there's a section on importing terms with challenging morphology. Finally, there's a reference TM available in the form of a TMX translation memory, and we are going to import this TM into our Memsource project. So let's switch to Memsource. I'll first log in to my account. And here I'll select New Project. I'll name my project Suunto Project FI-EN. The source language is Finnish and the target language is English. I'll select English UK. Under Settings, I'll leave everything as it is except for Machine Translation. I'll select Disable, so I don't want to use any machine translation. So I'll create the project. Next up, I will create a new job. I will choose the file I want to translate, so it's this one. I'll select the linguist, so that will be myself, and I'll create the job. Next, I'll create a new translation memory. I'll name it Suunto TM FI-EN. The language is already selected. I'll leave everything else empty. Create. So this will be our main project TM. In addition to that TM, I will create another one, which I will call Ambit 3 reference. And this will be the TM in which I will import our TMX. So I'll create it. Now I'll select it and I'll import the TMX. So I'll choose the file. It's this one. Open and import. Now the TM was imported. I'll go back to the project. And I have now two TMs. The second one, the reference TM, is read-only, which is fine since we are only using it for reference purposes. Next, I will create a new term base. I will call it Suunto TB FI-EN and I'll create it. Now I'll select it and I will import our terminology from Excel. So choose File and this is the file I want to import. Import. Now all our 12 terms were imported. So I'll go back to the project and now I'll select my job and I will download a bilingual mxlif file. So mxlif is the internal format of Memsource. I'll store that file in my Memsource folder on my local hard drive. Now if I switch to my folder, it's here. And I can open it in the Memsource Editor by double-clicking it. Now Memsource offers two environments for translating. One is a web-based editor and the other one is a local editor which is available for Windows, Mac and Linux. So we are going to use the local editor and this is the Windows version. The editor has a familiar tabular interface, so it's a vertical layout with two columns, one for source targets and the other one for target language segments. We can start translating the first segment, so 9 Passet Alkuun in English, it's getting started. When our translation is ready, we can confirm it, and this is done with this icon here, Confirm Segment, which is also Control-Enter. So I'll press Control-Enter, and I will move to the next segment. In segment number 2, there are 2 words out of 3 were highlighted, and this is because they are recognized as belonging to our term base, and we can see their translations on the right-hand side pane, the cat pane. They are numbered, so the first one is number 1, Painike is button in English. Second one, Valikko, is menu. To copy these terms, I can press Ctrl and the number of the hit. So to copy the first hit, I'll press Ctrl 1, and that will copy button. I'll enter the translation of the second word, and the second recognized term, valiko, here in plural, valikot, I'll copy it with Ctrl 2. Now I'll add the plural form, since they are in plural in Finnish, menus and buttons, and I can capitalize buttons with Shift F3 like in Word. Now my translation is ready. I can confirm it with Ctrl Enter. Here again we have a recognized term. It's the same as in the previous segment, except that it's in a different case. It's partitive singular here, painiketta, and thanks to Memsource's support for inflected languages, this term was recognized. I'll enter my translation and I'll confirm it with Ctrl Enter. Here again we have two recognized terms, so I can copy the first one, Ctrl 1, then access and the second one, alotus valiko, it's Ctrl 2, and I have my translation. Now I'll confirm it again. And here segment number 6 was automatically populated, and this is because it is identical to segment number 4, and this is the auto-propagation feature found in Memsource. So now I can translate segment number 5, the first hit baina, it's Ctrl 1, press 2. Then I'll enter the rest of the translation, and valikossa, again inflected in a different case. Now it's inessive singular, so I can copy it with Ctrl 2. I'll confirm with Ctrl Enter. Now again, the same term was recognized, so I can copy it with Ctrl 1, and I'll enter the rest of the translation. Here there is a word, taustavalo, that I need to translate, and since I don't know its translation, I will be using the Cochrane Search feature of Memsource. It is found here. That's also Ctrl K, so if I click on this icon, I will have a number of results displayed on the pane on the right side. So this time it's no longer the cat tab, it's the search tab. And I can see that it appears to be in English backlight. So I can highlight that word, I'll copy it with Ctrl C, and I'll paste it at the end of my segment with Ctrl V. Now I can confirm this segment. Here I have a fuzzy match, 61% fuzzy match. I can see the differences compared to the old translation. So instead of increase in English, I need to have decrease, and instead of up, I need to have down. Now my segment is ready. Ctrl Enter. Last segment. Pidep painetuna is recognized. In English it's keep pressed 2. So Ctrl 1. I'll enter the rest of the translation. And here 328 pikavalinat needs to be in italics, so I'll select it, and I can either use this icon here or press Ctrl I like in Word. Now I'll confirm this segment, and my translation is ready. In order to generate our translated document, I have two possibilities. Either I can select Document and Preview Translation. Memsource created the final translation of our document. It added the language codes to the end of the file name and also the letter C for completed. The document looks okay, everything is fine, including formatting. The second possibility would be to go back to the cloud interface, and here we can select our job and click on Download and Completed File. And again, Memsource will add language codes and the letter C. Well, here, since we already had a document with the same name, it added when at the end. I'll save it. And if I open that file, well, it's exactly the same as previously. So there you have it, how to translate a document with Memsource using the local editor for Windows. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my channel for more similar content. Also hit the like button if you found this video useful, and see you in the next one.